Welcome to this live. If you guys are joining me while I'm live, cool. If not, well, here's a video. Today's been a day off. It was Memorial Day weekend, or Memorial Day, I should say. So if you guys are celebrating, be safe, have fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your family, ate some good food, and all that stuff. So I've been contemplating a few things personally, what I want in my future, who I want to be, what I want, the next 10 years of my life to look like. And for me, formulating that idea is troublesome. I I have the next 10 years to build myself into something to either be proud of or fail at, to be truthful. And I'm excited for what's to come. The person that I've pretty much built myself into is uh, pretty awesome, honestly. I'm completely different than who I was 6, 7 months ago. Uh, the man that I've become, for the most part, when I look into the mirror, I respect myself a whole lot more. The things that I got going on is still kind of the same though, and that's what I have to change. What I do for work is constant stress. It's constant. Um, I always have to be creative. Uh, my job is it's never really the same, even though I do a lot of the same tasks. And so finding the motivation sometimes to, you know, not necessarily get out of bed, but go into work with a smile on my face saying, all right, what else is there to do? What is there to learn? Um, what do I want to be? Do I want to be a better jeweler? Do I, want to focus on something particular? Um, and that really kind of comes down to goals. Uh, the last 10 years of my life, I've had a big picture goal that I wanted to achieve, um, with a lot of little goals that technically were attached to that. I wanted a certain lifestyle so that would make my life a lot easier, in a lot of different aspects. I wanted change. I wanted something different. I, wasn't content with who I was. I wasn't content with where I was, as far as location. And I didn't know where I wanted to be. It's been a crazy year and a half for me because my life has catapulted, um, significantly, for the greater and for the negative. There's a lot of things that personally I want to go back and erase or change or fix and do over. Um, I'm sure everyone experiences that. It's normal. Um, and then there's a lot of aspects that I look back and think to myself, I don't know if I would have hit these unexpected goals in my life and milestones so quickly if I hadn't taken a leap of faith, and I took a huge one, to be where I am, if I hadn't done that. And so for me it weighs pretty equally. Um, a lot of it has to do with uh, the job opportunity that I got, the people that I work with. Um, a lot of it has to do with, um, finding God and trying to get as close as possible and know who He is more in depth than I ever have before. I've had this drive to just learn everything that I can. For me, I for me it seems as if there's a clock, uh, counting down, and it's only getting quicker. Um, this has to do with age. This has to do with my career. This has to do with past mistakes, choices that I've made, um, and a lot of different things. lot of different things. It's not bad. I regret a lot of stuff that I did growing up, a lot of stuff that I've done up to this point, but it has, it's formed me into the person that I am. And there's a lot of aspects that I appreciate that were instilled in me as a child, um, and being raised by my father. There's a lot of aspects that I got that are humbling, and there's a lot of aspects that I needed to change quite significantly. And that is very, very clear to me. Very, very clear to me. Each day that I get older, each day that I wake up, um, there's new challenges that arise. There's new aspects of myself that uh, I say, you know what? Is this really necessary for my long term happiness? Is this appropriate to do for the goals that I want in my life? And the goals that I had, or the main goal that I had the last 10 years, is to be a master goldsmith, get to the position that I am, so that way a lot of problems in my life would be problems. I never expected that, and this is the naive part. I never expected that getting to this point, to where I am, would bring a lot more complicated issues in my life. And when yeah, just bring a lot more complicated issues to my life that I wasn't prepared for. I've always prided myself in thinking of all the different avenues, all the different aspects of life, things that could happen, um, things that I could prevent, and the outcomes that would be presented to me if I chose certain things. And that's the naive part, you know. I've never really took a step back to slow down and ask myself what's truly important in my life. What kind of person am I? And who am I becoming? Really, I've I've chased success, I've chased money, and I, to be frank, I thought that this would fix so many issues in my life, and it didn't. It has not. It's changed my problems, it's changed my issues, but there's things I can't go back, there's things I can't change. But the good part is I'm finally at a point where I can look back and say, all right, is this person that I've become, is this beneficial for my future? Is this someone that can look in the mirror and be genuinely happy about, who's looking back? And for a long time, the person looking back in the mirror was not happy with who he was seeing. I had this drive of success, success, success at all cost, and I left values behind. Now that I'm learning a lot about myself and the issues that I've had internally, um, it's changed me to a different man. Someone, and this is just personal. This is just personal thoughts and feelings about myself, but someone who's more respectable, someone who actually thinks about the outcome instead of generally acting on emotion only. Someone who's not, just reacting on personal gain at all costs. And I'm just at a critical point where the next 10 years of my life are very critical. I've built myself into someone who has a very unique trade, and I pray to God that every day that I'll never let this go. I want to make sure that this trade lasts a long time, that wherever I go, I'm able to practice jewelry and just get better each and every day that I wake up. But what I do for a living is mainly repair. I do some custom stuff, and I need to set new goals. That is a priority for me. Like I said, time is running out. I don't know what tomorrow brings, but without goals, each and every day just gets harder and harder and harder. I've hit a lot of fitness goals that I had within the last several months. I've hit a lot of spiritual goals that I've had for a long time, and it has, brought me closer to God. It's brought me my family back. It put me in my daughter's life again, and that was a miracle. Um, and so, now I think to myself, all right, I have to build myself into a man that, my daughter would be proud to say, hey, that's my father, in whatever aspect I'm allowed in her life. Um, there's a lot of different things that my daughter deserves in a father. Um, to make sure that she's proud of me, to make sure that I build myself into the type of person that can take care of her whenever she needs something. I'm able to afford certain things. I'm able to look after her financially. I'm able to be there for her if she calls me on the phone. If she's having a problem with family, if she's having a problem with friends or relationships, to be a respectable man in her eyes, that she feels comfortable enough to ask me for guidance. Um, one day she's gonna need me in a lot more of a fatherly role than I have been for several years. And the new goal in my life is to get better at my job, to meet every requirement that is, put forth in front of me, no matter how hard or frustrating, um, my job gets. I need to be able to handle all aspects. The role that I'm in is a make it or break it type of role. I have no help. I have no one to lean on. It is all me. And there are definitely times where I slow down, uh, and that's not good. That's not good, uh, especially right now. There's so much stuff that's going on. The news is getting crazier like it always does, and I can't I can't falter in this. So I've taken a step back and said, all right, I can either give up a lot of the responsibility, change career path, do something else. Um, I can take the easy road and forget about my problems, and that's not healthy. That's not the type of person I want to be. Uh, so the only solution that I see personally is to buckle down, give my career 10 times more effort, and add more stuff to it to keep me busy. Add more stuff into my life that not necessarily makes my life easier, but gives me challenges in different ways that not everything seems like work. Um, I have all this drive to achieve a lot of different things in life, and that's kind of the problem that I'm stuck in right now is, what do I want to invest my extra and my free time in to achieve these goals? And the goals, that I have in the future are not set in stone. There's a lot of half measures of, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. A lot of things that I go back on saying, oh, well, I've done computers, I play guitar, I sing, I do this and I do that. and all these things I can earn money with on the side, but it requires me putting a lot of attention into it. And that's kind of the counterpoint right there is I see where all these roads lead, and a lot of these roads lead me away from my career. They lead me away from doing what I've done for the last 10 or 11 years, something that I truly do enjoy. Recently, I've fallen out of love with jewelry, repairing it, making jewelry, uh, and that's a compound issue. Some things that I can't change about the position I'm in unless I make a radical change. So it's one of those things where, you know, I don't want to let go of the career that I've built up. I want to get better. I want to get more specialized. I want more money with it, and I want a lot more perks from the job. And when I say perks, it's not necessarily like, oh, here I want a 401k and this and that. For me, perks of the job are finding happiness through it. Bringing extra income into the company, so that way I can justify, my pay. Justify more money for me, justify more hours, and stuff like that. Take care of the people around me because uh, everyone I work with depends on me, depends on my ability to meet goals, my abilities to, set diamonds quickly, size rings quickly, on the spot, and this and that. And it's a lot of stress to add on to my normal work. But 10 years ago, I prayed for this. I prayed for this role. I prayed for this opportunity, and I got it. And now, I'm in the position, I'm in the spot to say, all right, what's next? What do I want for my life? And I'm generally pretty happy with how it's turning out. Um, it's in the early stages, in the beginning stages of, all right, uh, this is where this road can go. Is that what I want? And I'm starting to see a bigger picture. I'm starting to see things kind of take place in my life because I'm given so much energy, and at the same time, I feel as if I'm spinning my wheels a little bit. And this is the back and forth, the half in, half out on what I'm doing sometimes, which is not good and it's not healthy for me. Uh, with what's gone on in my life and the challenges that I set forth in my life personally, um, it makes me want to back out of a lot of stuff and say, you know what, is it really worth it? But earning money, having a good career, having a stable job, being able to provide for myself in a healthy manner, taking care of my health, my body, my mind. These are some of the most valuable things that I've acquired in my life. And I am very blessed to at least hit this point at the age that I am instead of 10 years from now. And then think back, God, I wish I would have done this when I was 30. Uh, I necessarily haven't squandered my 20s, but I could have put a lot more effort and drive into earning money on the side, or a second job and this and that to make my life a lot easier, to keep my family together and do a lot of things that I should have just been doing, as a young man. But I'm blessed to be in the position I am in a new city, in a new state, with a great company, and with a trade that's valuable. I can almost pack up and go wherever I want and guarantee that I have work, guarantee that I have, income coming in. Now, what that income will look like depends on where I am and if I'm able to handle the workflow based on that area. Also, if I'm able to sacrifice a certain type of lifestyle. And for me, I don't really back out. That's not the type of person I am. I lean into problems. I lean into situations and struggles. I I am one of the hardest critics of myself, so when a hard time comes, the stress sometimes gets too much to bear. But through the struggles that I have and the hard times, um, I've overcome a lot, and it makes me stronger. It allows me to deal with certain issues that arise in my life with a lot more ease, um, with a lot more discernment, and I'm grateful for that. I am very, very grateful for that. Part of me would be lying if I said, I wish life would just get a little bit easier, but it doesn't. Problems just change. Um, they come at us, and as long as we decide to keep growing, as long as we decide to tackle every problem head on and not back down from it, not back away from it, but lean in and keep a solid mind and attitude about it, then the big problems of today become small problems of the past. Uh, and this is just funny because it's life is always changing. Nothing will ever be stable. Everything's constantly changing all the time. And I'm starting to become more grateful for that. The little things that I took for granted, even just 3 years ago, 4 years ago, mean the world to me now. Cooking a nice healthy dinner when I go home, and eating that meal is it's a blessing. I can cook very well. Going to the gym and not dreading the gym uh, is awesome. I love this feeling. I wish I would have done it a lot earlier. That would have been awesome. But a lot of the little things, even just walking around a park and being able to see birds fly and the grass and animals all having a good time and this and that makes me smile. Life is actually pretty good depending on how we look at it. What are we going to choose for our life? And that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I'm in a very particular spot, and I've been blessed with the privilege to be able to look back and reflect on who I was, and then even more privileged to choose what I want the future to become for myself and for the people around me. Not everyone gets this opportunity, and it's very humbling. The closer I get to God, the more that I learn about Him, the harder life becomes. The harder life becomes. The more grateful I am for what I have now, and that's like I said, it's a tipping scale, right? Because I see all my mistakes so clearly. It's just up in my face, and there's no one to blame other than myself for all of this. But I'm glad that hopefully one day, these videos that I'm making and whatnot will help people out there uh, reflect on themselves. If they're going through a hard time, if someone's going through similar stuff that I'm going through with a catastrophic separation, um, from the person that they loved, from a relationship, um, from their child and whatnot. I think the world is rapidly changing, and a lot of things are being brought to the foreground to a lot of people, such as myself, and it's awesome in a lot of senses. It sucks in a lot of senses as well too. But I've chosen a certain life for myself, and I've taken it upon myself to say, you know what, I've been in tech my whole life. I've been part of social media for so long and this and that. Might as well just use me as a guinea pig. Learn from my mistakes so that way people can choose to do better, choose to be better, and not make the same mistakes I made in my life. Because for me, It's not about myself anymore. It's about my family. It's about my daughter, my future children, and the young men and women that are growing up now, especially in this digital age that we're still in, and the what do they call it? The information age now, where information is just readily at our fingertips. This is how I learned my career, and it's it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. I have a lot of hope for the future, especially the future generations that are coming out now. Because I don't like to look at the glass half full. I never, or glass half empty. I never have. I've always looked at the glass half full. I've always been an optimist and said, you know what, I can change. I can change. I can make my life better. I can do this. I can do that. And that's true. It's true to a large extent. There's certain things that I was never aware of when it comes down to relationships and family and children. Um, and I'm learning that now rapidly, rapidly. Every single day that I wake up, there's new lesson to learn. There's a new thing to get better at, to be more humble, follow God's word a lot closer, and be a more respectable man. Be a man that my daughter can look up to and say, you know what, that is my father, and be genuinely proud. I don't want the day to come to where my daughter says, you know what, that is my dad, and be ashamed. I want her to not necessarily share me, right? Not with anyone, but I want my daughter to say that's my father, and be genuinely happy and proud, to say that, yeah, that man raised me. That man, and gave me values. Taught me right from wrong. Was always there, always supported me. Never let me fail. Encouraged me in appropriate ways, and was honest. Was a man of his word, walked the walk, didn't just do lip service, and all this stuff. And that brings me excitement because for me, there is no going back. Uh, there is no reverting into the old me. I'm not perfect. I still mess up. That's true. That is definitely true nowadays. But I'm a thousand times better than I was, and that I am grateful for. It definitely wasn't just me. It definitely wasn't just me. It was, it was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of God, that's for sure. I had to tap him in. I really had to tap God in, and that's a blessing in my life. It's the people that I work with. It's the career that I have. It's the talents that I have, and it's always believing in myself. I let myself down several points in my life, and I have no one to blame but myself. But at the same time, it's myself that has brought me up with God. Let's be real with that. But if we take God out of that, I've always believed in myself too. I've shut people out that didn't see my goals, didn't see my dreams, and didn't see where I saw myself being, um, in the future. And now that I'm living my dream, and my dream wasn't, you know, extravagant necessarily. It was, a little bit of a humble one, but I had big aspirations for what I wanted to do in my career, and I knew that if I achieved that goal, it would bring me a lot of different success in a lot of different ways, and that's very true. It's very true, but um, the future in the next 10 years, where I see myself is in a whole lot better of a place, in a whole lot more healthy state of mind, even in the next year, next month or whatever. Just every day I grow, every day I get better, every day I get healthier, and that I am. I am eternally grateful for. I am eternally grateful. I hope that I am here until, I die of old age. Um, I need to be here for a very long time for my daughter's sake and my future family and this and that. But, you know, the only way to achieve that is to keep going, keep striving for more, getting more success with my career, getting more success with my family, and getting more success with my faith in God, following His word even closer, uh, being a better man of God, and not backing away when times get rough. Not secluding, not going into my cave and saying, you know what, I can handle this. I'm stronger than this. I don't need anyone's help. Uh, you know, for me, I need help from God. I need Scripture. I need a couple of different aspects that I didn't have in my life, and I will say it's humbling. It's humbling every single day, but I'm blessed to be in the position that I am, and just getting all these things back into my life is it's amazing. It really, really is amazing. And yesterday, if it was a hard day, tomorrow's a new day, and I can make it better. I try to go to bed with a clear conscience. I wake up, I pray. Um, Sometimes it's a quick prayer, and sometimes it's a little bit more in depth. Throughout the day, I listen to scripture. Um, I have no desire to really watch movies or TV shows anymore. My brain is wired to how much work can I get done? How do I stay busy? What can I do to improve myself? Is this healthy for me? Is this beneficial for me in the long term? And all that stuff. So every day is a new challenge. Every day brings, a lot more blessings in my life the closer that I follow what I want to do. And setting big goals for myself uh, is going to allow me to achieve the small goals because having a long-term goal for success in my career and family and being a better man of God each and every day is going to give me all the little things in life and give me all the little goals and achievements that I want in my life. So, you know, I have that to look forward to every single day. And, losing the option to physically be around my daughter and raise her as I want to uh, was it has been and still is one of the hardest things I have to deal with. Uh, but I realized it was because I was unhealthy. If if I wanted to be the man that I wanted to be for my daughter, then I would have been there in that way before things went so sideways. I would have fought for that love. I would have fought for my woman. For my family. All these things, and not dwelling on it anymore is great. It still affects me. It really affects me from time to time, but every day gets easier. Every day gets better, and I know that when I'm around my daughter, she's gonna get the best version of myself that I have ever been, and that's what she deserves, and that's what she'll get. Um, Same with my ex. She deserves a better quality man to be around our daughter. She deserves this type of father. And if I want to keep this is what I have to do every single day. I cannot let up. I can't, back down. I need to buckle down and I need to try harder. I need to achieve more. I need to acquire more. I need to build myself into someone that I don't even recognize, that my family doesn't recognize, that my old friends don't recognize. Um, I already am unrecognizable even in my eyes. Uh, this 7 months that I have been working on myself and honestly just healing, and healing rapidly has made me just wonder, who is this person? Who is this dude? And it's good. It is it is amazing. It throws me off from time to time because I get that, imposter syndrome is, am I am I really this person, or is this just a facade? And the good part is it's not a facade. It's not a facade. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I still mess up from time to time. Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I feel like a failure. Um, and all these things. But the great part is I'm changing, I'm healing, I'm becoming better each and every day. And so, hopefully this helps someone. Um, hopefully if anyone's going through what I'm going through, and I'm sure there's millions of people that are struggling with this, and if not in a worse position than I am, that doesn't have as much stuff going on as I do. Use me to heal. Use the videos that I'm uploading and posting to say, you know what, that's not the outcome that I want in certain ways. That's not the father I want to be. I want to be better because I hope that whoever sees my videos, whoever is watching me, and whoever's watching the stuff that I upload, is better than me, or at least prevents people from becoming like me and putting themselves into this situation, because this is monumental to try to overcome. Um, I've had a lot of struggles, and it all revolves around the choices that I've made. There's no one to blame other than myself. But coming out on the other side, I can honestly say that I am truly grateful that I had this experience, because for me it's not too late. Um, I can change. I have changed, and who I'm becoming now is a worthy person to get to know, someone to be um, around, and I'm a whole lot happier of a person to be around as well, because I don't think I was that great of a person to be around. I was arrogant. I was bombastic. I was all kinds of different things. And now I'm no one. I'm no one. I'm absolutely no one. Um, I, I'm sure I'm someone to someone, right? I might be cool in someone's eyes. I might look like a loser in someone else's eyes as well. That's just the way the world works. Um, I'm not striving to be the coolest person around anymore. Um, I'm not striving to be uh, really anything. I have goals and I have hopes. It'd be really cool, for myself to blow up and be famous, because I want to help as many people. I want to prevent what I've gone through for a lot of people, because what I've gone through is self-chosen. I chose to be where I am. And I see that so clearly. I see that so clearly nowadays. And it's sad. It is sad. But I'm happy overall. I'm happy overall because uh, one day, even if I don't reach millions of people, um, some somewhere down the line, what I say and being truthful and being open and honest is going to help someone. I know that for a fact. Whether it's on YouTube or the internet or whatever, or in person, most likely it's going to be in person. Honestly, because people see the type of person I am, they see how I've changed, and what I do every single day to maintain it. Um, and so yeah, most likely it's going to be in person that I help people. Um, and the longer I live, the more stuff that I take on, the more problems I take on, and whatnot. And that's good. that's a blessing. So, I'm gonna log off. I haven't eaten all day. I need to go make some dinner before I go to bed and eat something quick. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this live, even if it's after the fact. That's pretty awesome and cool. Like and subscribe, just like everybody says. And hopefully someone got something out of it, out of this video. Uh, it's we all deal with problems. All of our problems are different. My problems are different than someone going through the same thing, I'm sure. We're all in different places of life, in life, and so enjoy your night. Hopefully, you guys had a nice and safe Memorial Day. And anyways, guys, take it easy. Peace out.